Jesper, go ahead and record today's Gurupuja.
Okay.
We will start with the Dadama, which we will do only in Tibetan. Then when we do Gurupuja, we will do it in the style of one time in English and one time in Tibetan. Oh, rather, however number of times in Tibetan. Dhala dhava jebe dra no par jebe geng dharba dang tam je gembe bardu jobra jeba tham jege se jebe ma nang ka dang nambe sen jen nam je dewa dang den dung yao dang je ne du la na me ba yang dobra zobe jan je remba je dom bra ja Dhamba jebe dra no par jebe geng dharba dang Samje gembe bardu jobra jeba tham jege se jebe ma nang ka dang nyam pe sen chen tam je dewa dang den dung nga dang zhen ne du la na me pa yan ham pra zo ben chan ju ren pa je do pra jan la dhamba jebe dra no par jebe ge dharba da tham je gembe bardu jobra jeba tham jege se jebe ma nang ka dang nyam pe sen chen tam je dewa dang den dung ya dang zhen ne du la na me pa yang dang pra zo be chan ju ren pa je do pra jan Dhamba jebe dra no par jebe geng dharba dang tham je gembe bardu jobra jeba tham jege se jebe ma nang ka dang nyam pe sen chen tam je dewa dang de dung ya dang zhen ne de la na me pa yang dang pra zo be chan je ren pa je thom pra jan du sama gege bardu lunga yisum ge wala ko ma she bardu lunga yisum ge wala ko du dering ne son de ne ma chan ta sam ge bardu lunga yisum ge wala ko sang ge jodang so ge chunam la chan chu bardu ta ne kem su je da ge jin so ge be so nang ge Drola penje sangye rupra shu sangye chodang sangye chonam la chancho badu dhane gyabzu je dhage jinsu gebe sonangye Drola penje sangye rupra shu sangye chodang sangye chonam la chancho badu dhane gyabzu je dhage jinsu gebe sonangye Drola penje sangye Drubra ma nang ka dang nyam pe sen chen tam che dewa dang de wen kin dan tam bra gyu ji dung yang dang dung yang ji yu dang dewa gyu ji dung yang me pe dewa thang me dewa gyu ji ne ring cha dang ni dang dewa thang nyong a ne bra gyu ji ma nang ka dang nyam pe sen chen tam che dewa dang de wen kin dan tam bra gyu ji dung yang dang dung yang ji Gyudan Dewa Gyurji, Dunga Me Pe Dewa Dhamme Dewa Gyurji, Nirin Chada Nidan Dewa Danyang La Nepra Gyurji, Nangka Dang Nyam Pe Sen Chen Tamje Dewa Dang Tewen Kindan Debra Gyurji, Dunga Dang Dunya Gi, Gyudan Dewa Gyurji, Dunga Me Pe Dewa Dhamme Dewa Gyurji, Nirin Chada Nidan Dewa Danyang La Nepra Gyurji. Now the actual Gurupuja text. So the title of this practice is called the Exceedingly Concise Liturgy of the Gurupuja based on the great victorious Trigungpa. The great victorious Drigungpa is Gyoba Jiten Sumgan. Gurupuja is to honor, to serve, to make offerings to the Guru. There are longer versions of this same practice, but that one has not been translated into English. I heard that there is some effort in Germany to translate the longer Gurupuja, composed by the same Chesang Rinpoche. One of the previous Gyabgon Chesang Rinpoches composed this text. In the longer Gurupuja, of which this is the exceedingly concise liturgy, the longer ones will include a lot more elaborations, I believe, on the offerings that are made. So here the offerings are all done in a very concise way. So for example, the 8 offerings is just mentioned in one stanza, one verse. We offer the 8 offerings, which includes the following things. In the longer Gurupuja, each offering will have one stanza, one verse, so it gets elaborated. So even in this concise, exceedingly concise form, all the important elements are there. And also, this is the practice that is done daily in the Dugung Kagyu monasteries and nunneries and people who are in retreat. This is the very first practice that will be done in the morning. In the monasteries and nunneries, when there is the great assembly called Sokchen, so Sok is the same as the gathering. So the great assembly, the great gathering, Sokchen, Chen is great. So whenever there is Sokchen, Sok, T-S-O-K, Sokchen, they gather together in the assembly hall in the morning. The Gurupuja, this practice is done. So here we begin first with taking refuge and generating bodhicitta. So here it says, in the Guru deity, the embodiment of the 3 jewels, I take refuge until awakening is reached. So this first 2 lines is taking refuge. And so here it is sufficient if at this point you just think of yourself to be in the presence of Gyoba Rinpoche, and to understand that in this single person of Gyoba Rinpoche, the great Drigungpa, the 3 jewels is completely present. The mind of Gyoba Rinpoche is the Buddha jewel. The speech of Gyoba Rinpoche is the Dharma jewel. And the body, the actions of Gyoba Rinpoche, the physical actions of Gyoba Rinpoche is the Sangha jewel. Right? And so that's why he is the embodiment of the 3 jewels. And this applies to basically any deity practice that we do at the beginning when we take refuge. You can just visualize in a single form the particular deity that you're practicing. So if you're practicing Tara, you'll think of yourself to be in the presence of Tara. And in the one single form of the deity, whether it's Tara, whether it's Avalokiteshvara, Vajrapani, whoever it might be, in this case, Gyoba Rinpoche, then the body, speech, and mind of this one single deity is basically the presence of the 3 jewels. The next 2 lines, in order to liberate infinite destitute beings, I make effort to accomplish the Guru Buddha. And so this is generating bodhicitta. Why do we want to accomplish the accomplishment of becoming the Guru Buddha? In order to liberate mother sentient beings. Here they are translated, Drowa is translated as destitute beings. More literally, wandering beings, migratory beings, wandering and migrating in the sense of we are not at home. We are not in our native state. We're not in our natural state. We have been wandering around. We have been migrating. And therefore, here a more poetic choice was made so that it says destitute beings. So being a wanderer, here the connotation is in fact destitute. Not wanderer in the sense of, wandering around, having a good time, having curiosity, looking at things, experiencing new things, not in that sense of wandering, but here in the sense of being in destitute. So here again, it's a reminder that we do not practice Gurupuja because the Guru or the Buddha is some sort of omnipotent, other, all-powerful deity over there, and that our relationship to this deity is always kind of dualistic. Oh, you're so great. Oh, you're so wonderful. Oh, please, take care of me, take away my problems. But rather, we relate to the Guru Buddha as our mentor, as our reference point, and as our goal. So the goal is to accomplish the Guru Buddha. Chuk sun kundu lama la chang chu bardu dak yam chi nyam ta ka kyam ro ro chi lama song ye drup son jan. Chuk sun kundu lama la chang chu bardu dak yam chi nyam ta ka kyam ro ro chi lama song ye Drup son jan, juk sun kundu lama lar, chang chu bardu da kyab jir, nyam ta ka kyab dru dru jir, lama sangye drup son jan. And then next is the consecrating, the offerings. So the offerings that we prepare when we want to make offerings, before they can become suitable offerings, they need to be cleansed and to be purified. So the outer layer of cleansing and purifying is in fact, how when we physically prepare the offerings, we want to make sure that the bowls that we use are clean. What we're offering has been cleansed. Of course, if your situation makes that not possible, then that's fine. But if the situation is entirely possible, and if we don't take care in cleaning, right, like in making sure the fruits, there's no blemish, and flowers are beautifully arranged, prepared, all of that. So that's when our practice of Gurupuja is already started. In fact, it starts when you are at the store, procuring, buying the things that you will be using for the offering. And there, Gurupuja is already going on. So on the outer level, we want to make sure that what we offer is cleansed, it's purified, so to say, nicely arranged, beautifully arranged, carefully arranged with mindfulness, with care, with devotion. So that's the outer cleansing and consecrating. The inner cleansing and consecrating is that that we should remember to remove any kind of afflictive emotions related to these offerings. So whatever stinginess that might have arisen in the context of preparing this offering, we have to recognize that and purify that. Whatever, say, competitiveness, for example, I want to, do it better than the other person. I'm going to give a bigger offering. Last time this person only prepared it this way. I'm going to do it that way. Those types of thoughts. So basically, whatever would tarnish, whatever would hold back on the offerings on the heart level, or the inner level in this context, that needs to be purified. And then the secret level of purifying or cleansing is basically the level where, the most subtle level, where our offerings might be tainted by fixating on the notion, on the idea, on the feeling that I exist independently, who I'm offering to exist independently, and the act of offering also exists independently. So to purify that, we have to see the interdependent nature of the giver, the receiver, and the giving. To see the interdependent nature of these three, called the three spheres, the three domains, in other words, the three spheres, is how we purify the secret level of contamination. So as we do this with this ritual, we have to think. So it says here, may the offering substances of gods and humans. That means gods and humans. You're like, well, I do not have the offerings of the gods. Well, what it means here is like, all these wondrous offerings, almost like you could say godlike, or sometimes our expression, oh, this is divine, oh, this spread of food that you prepared here, this is simply divine. Yeah? So here it means that, so whatever wonderful things that you have gathered. And specifically it says those actually arranged, and those mentally created. And so it's not enough to just physically arrange the offerings. In fact, these physical offerings that we arrange, we call them the supports, meaning they serve as prompts. They serve as supports for us to mentally create these mental offerings. So it is said that Buddhas can perceive these mental offerings, and that is what they will receive, the mental offerings. So physically arrange, actually arrange, and those mentally created. Then now with regards to the types of offerings, it names 4 types: outer, inner, secret, unsurpassable. In this context, the 4 levels of offerings, the outer offerings are the things that we have created. The inner offerings is the sensory experiences, the 6 sensory experiences. Those are the inner offering. So the experience of smell, the experience of sight, the experience of sound, those experiences are the inner offerings. Secret offering is the offering of meditative experiences that arise. Those are offered. Those are the secret offering. Unsurpassable offering is the offering of realization. So right now, maybe very little of that offering to make because we don't have these realizations necessarily. But if we do have these realizations, then we offer them. And so it says, May the outer, inner, secret, and unsurpassable pervade all reaches of space, pervade entirety of space without end. Then the next that we recite is the mantra. That is the mantra of multiplying, the mantra of filling the entirety of space with these offerings. La dang mi yi zhu be ze ngu shu sham dang yi gi zhu ji nang sang wa la me pe nam ke kang kun kyam gyu ri ju namo rana draya ya namo bhagavate vajrasara paramadani tathagata ya arahate samya sambuddhaya te yata Om Bhadre Bhadre Maha Bhadre Maha Tejo Bhadre Maha Vidya Bhadre Maha Bodhicitta Bhadre Maha Bodhi Mando Pasankramana Bhadre Sarva Karma Avarana Vishodhana Bhadre Soha Namo Ranadrayaya Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Parmadani Tathagataya Arahate Samya Sambuddhaya Deyata Om Bhadre Bhadre Maha Bhadre Maha Tejo Bhadre Maha Bodhicitta Bhadre Maha Bodhi Mandopa Sankramana Bhadre Sarva Karma Avarana Vishodhana Bhadre Soha Namoranadhrayaya Namo Bhagavate Bhadra Sara Parmadani Tathagataya Arahate Samya Sambuddhayate Yata Om Bhadre Bhadre Maha Bhadre Maha Tejo Bhadre Maha Vidya Bhadre Maha Bodhicitta Bhadre Maha Bodhi Mandopa Sankramana Bhadre Sarva Karma Avarana Vishodhana Bhadre Soha Bhadra Argam Ahom Om Bhadra Padyam Ahom Om Bhadra Pushpe Ahom Om Bhadra Dupe Ahom Om Bhadra Aloke Ahom Om Bhadra Gende Ahom Om Bhadra Nevede Ahom Om Bhadra Shanta Ahom. That part is, as you can see, the blessings of the eight offerings was not included in the original composition of this exceedingly short, brief Guru Puja. Again, I think in the longer version, it's probably there. And so at some point, somebody decided to include this blessing of the eight offerings and to bring it and put it into this text. So, Om Ahung. Om Bhadra Argyam Ahung. Om Bhadra Padyam Ahung. Om Bhadra Pushpe Ahung. So, sandwich in between the three syllables, Ahung. Ahung is the seed syllables. The essence of all mantras actually is Ahung. The essence of all mantras is Ahung. Om is the, in this case then, Om is the seed syllable of all the Buddha's exalted body. is all the Buddha's exalted speech, and Hung is all the Buddha's exalted heart or mind. So Ah Hung is the essence of all mantras, the essence of all dharanis. Then inserted into this Ah Hung is the specific offering. So starting with argam, water to drink, badyang, water to wash feet, pushpe, flowers, dupe, incense, aloke, light, gande, perfume, nevede, food, shabda, music. So these are the 8 offerings that are being blessed and magnified. Bajra, Bajra Aragam, Bajra Padyam, Bajra. Bajra is to indicate, to remind us of the empty nature of these offerings. Bajra Argam, the Argam, or Padyam, or Pushpe, or Dupe, right? That's the appearing aspect of the offering. Bajra is the emptiness aspect of the offering. You see how in Vajrayana, everything is sort of so compacted. Even in something like that, the nature of reality is all encoded. So Bhadra Argam Ahung, Bhadra Padyam Ahung, Bhadra Pushpe Ahung. So there we get 8 opportunities to remember, to understand the nature of reality. Empty and yet appearing. Appearing vividly, and no matter how vivid, no matter how clear, no matter how convincing, no matter how real, in essence, empty. So Bajra Argam, Bajra Padyam, Bajra Pushpe, Bajra Dupe, Bajra you, Bajra me, Bajra them, Bajra it. Doesn't matter. The appearing aspect and the empty aspect, always inseparably. That is the case. So then after the cleansing and the blessing of the offerings, then we have the visualizing the field of accumulation. So this is the Tsokshing. Again, talk. To accumulate is also talk, or to assemble or to gather. So now we visualize the field of accumulation, Tsokshing, or sometimes more literally also, this is the field, that means the domain of accumulations. Where are we going to accumulate merit and wisdom from? We accumulate it in relation to these objects. So this is the field of accumulation. What are we accumulating? We're accumulating merit and wisdom. So it says here instantly, I appear as the Idam deity. I have said before in the past when we were looking at this more closely, I said that probably the most important line in this whole practice is this first line. I appear as the Idam deity. Very clearly, very spontaneously, we have to remember, I am the Idam. So if you want a visual component to this, then you can visualize yourself in however the form that the Idam that you practice, whatever the form, however the form is described, you imagine, you think, I'm in that form. But that, right, that you have to visualize, you have to imagine that you are in that form. That is a technique given for you to remember, to actualize, to experience that I am deity, I am Buddha. Then from there, the rest can be done correctly. So then the description of what this field of accumulation consists of. So basically, the gist of it is it's the three roots and the three jewels appearing in the space in front of us. So the root of all blessings, the root of all blessings, specifically the blessings of empowerment, the blessings of reading, transmission, and the blessings of pith instructions, guiding instructions on how to do the practice. These are the three blessings that comes from all the gurus. So the root of blessings. The root of attainments, accomplishments, achievements, when we put those instructions into practice, is the root known as the idam. And the root of all exalted activities, supporting activities to help us actualize these teachings, the Viras, Dakinis, Dharmapalas. Then the three jewels here, all the Buddhas, past, present, and future, all dharmas represented with dharma texts, and then all the noble sangha. Noble sangha means, not you and me, ordinary sangha, but the noble sangha, those who have achieved a certain level of progress on the path, so that they're no longer falling back, they're no longer retrogressing. And that's the noble sangha. So basically, in front is this, but here it's focused on first. Basically, think that you are now again in the presence of Kyopa Jigten Sumgun, which is the root of blessings, which is the guru. Then the guru is surrounded by the other five objects that I have described. So here it says, white tinged with red, he is radiant, Jigten Sumgun, with the splendor of the major and minor marks. So then also says, sits Supreme Lord Jigten Sumgun, inseparable from the root guru. So this, I should say something, because people are still a little confused, I think. And I don't know, maybe, in other lineages, other traditions, other teachers, they teach it. So like recently someone said to me, I'm doing, this or that Vajrayana practice, but because of a bunch of things that have happened, my main teacher, I think he is upset and angry with me. The last time I tried to communicate with him, I never got an answer back. Then this other teacher that I, went and studied with, which my main teacher asked me to go, I tried to reach out and he would not respond. I mean, things like this happen, and my point is not who is right or who is wrong. But then this person said, so now when I do these practice, it says root guru, I don't know who to put there. And I said, who to put there? What do you mean? And of course, I know what he means. He's saying, these two teachers, like they seem to have pushed me out. They rejected me. And then he said, yeah, I've done things that made them upset. And I said, well, yeah, you need to purify that, point one. Point two, it should not matter, because who you are supposed to visualize, so who your root guru is, I say, whichever the practice is, there is a figure that is given. In this case, it's this person asking this question. In this case, is Lama Tsongkhapa. I said, well, Lama Tsongkhapa then is your root guru. Don't reverse it so that, you know, so and so this human, so and so that human is the guru that you think is Lama Tsongkhapa. I said, you think, you know, that your root guru is Lama Tsongkhapa, founder of the Gelugpa lineage. In this case, you know, you think, you know, your root guru is Gyalpa Rinpoche. And Gyalpa Rinpoche can manifest or can reach out to you, let's put it that way. Manifest makes it sound like, you know, Gyalpa Rinpoche can reach you through the human gurus that you're going to be learning from and come across. And I would say that is a safer way of doing it. There's a safer way of doing it. Because our ability to perceive our guides, our teachers as perfect is still very shaky right now. And even when we think that we're able to perceive them as Buddhas, it's not shaky. Something will happen and then we lose confidence, and that's the shakiness, you know. Just as a matter of fact, that's going to happen. But if you think, oh, my root guru is Gyalpa Rinpoche, or my root guru is Buddha Shakyamuni, and the blessings of Buddha Shakyamuni, the guidance of Gyalpa Rinpoche will come to me in whatever form that it will come to when the conditions are right. And when they appear to me in those forms, they reach me in those forms, then it will help me to also recognize the Buddha state, the Buddha nature of those specific individuals that have turned up. So here, Lord Jigten Sumgön, inseparable from the root guru. So the root guru, the ultimate root guru in any case, as already also taught, is the nature of our own mind. So now we think, in the space in front is Gyalpa Jigten Sumgön, inseparable from the root guru. Then a description of him, wearing the saffron-colored robes, monk's vest, and the red meditation hat. And he is in the center of a palace with 5 colored lights radiating. Sits in Vajra posture, which is what in the West we call the lotus position. Vajra posture, that means immovable. His hand in the Mara subduing and meditation gesture. So Mara subduing is the right hand placed on the right knee and with fingers lightly, very lightly touching the ground. That's called Mara subduing. Fingers just lightly touching the ground. This is how the Buddha subdued all the Maras, by simply using his fingers and touching the earth. No need for weapons, no need for fire, no need for military, no need for any super powerful weapon. Simply he touched the earth. He says, the earth is my witness that I have completed everything that needs to be completed. I have overcome all confusion and afflictive emotions. For lifetime to lifetime, I have worked on this, and now I have achieved this, and the earth is my witness. And as he touches the earth with his fingers, the tip of his fingers, all the Maras were dispelled. So that's the meaning of this Mara subduing gesture. Meditation gesture, so left hand held in the meditation mudra. And then he's surrounded by the golden garland of the ultimate lineage. So here, the golden garland of the ultimate lineage refers to, in this context, the lineage succession of the Drikung Kagyu, from the time of Gyopa Rinpoche all the way down to our own time. So then you include all the lamas that you have studied with, and then their teachers, their teachers, teachers, their teachers, teachers, all the way back to Gyopa Rinpoche. And in particular, like I said, these are those from within this lineage. So we call this the ultimate lineage. And so if you are practicing a Guru Yoga of Guru Rinpoche, then the ultimate lineage are the lamas that you receive, that the succession of lamas that pass down that practice until you. If you are practicing a Sakya Pandita Guru Yoga, then it would be whatever those lamas, the chain of teachers and disciples that have come down to you. If you're practicing Jut, then it's from Jut. So that's the ultimate lineage. So when we say here, though, this is the ultimate lineage, again, if you listen to this with sectarian ears, you end up with sectarian conclusions. But if you listen to this with the right view, then whatever the lineage of this practice, that is the ultimate lineage. Along with masters of profound view, conduct, and meditation. And so there is referring to masters of profound view. It's the Nagarjuna's lineage of profound view, teaching Madhyamaka. So that's on the refuge paintings of Drikung Kagyu. This is painted, they are painted on the left side, the profound view, with Nagarjuna and Manjushri, then coming down, they say it comes down to basically Gampopa. Gampopa is the one that brings these three lineages: profound view, then and then vast conduct. So there's profound view, and then there's vast conduct. Vast conduct is the lineage that is traced back to Asanga, and then from Asanga to Maitreya, the Bodhisattva Maitreya. So that comes down again to Gampopa. And so Gampopa has these two. Then on top of these two, Gampopa also has the lineage of the meditation lineage, what is called here as the meditation lineage. Again, this is not saying, again, if you listen to this with sectarian ears, you end up with sectarian conclusions. Oh, Nagarjuna is profound view. What, you're saying that he doesn't have practices? He doesn't have conduct? Oh, Asanga is vast conduct. What, you're saying he doesn't have profound view? Oh, you have a lineage of meditation? Oh, what do you mean? Those people don't meditate? It doesn't mean that, It's basically, what is the essence of each of these lineages? What do they primarily hold? What are they known for emphasizing? Then the meditation lineage, Gampopa received from Milarepa. Milarepa from Marpa, Marpa to Naropa and Metripa. All these Mahasiddhas. All these Mahasiddhas. And you can say the profound view lineage and the vast conduct lineage, those lineages were very active. The teaching and the transmission of those lineages were very active, like in great institutes of learning in ancient Buddhist India. Vikarmashila, Nalanda, Somapura, these places. Then then the meditation lineage, these are often associated with these Mahasiddhas that wander around, don't look like monks, look like bums. Some of them are even seemingly engaged in, very outrageous behavior. Some appear to be butchers. Some appear to be, sex workers. These are the Mahasiddhas, So this is where this meditation. So, but the point here is they all converge in the one person of Gampopa, then from Gampopa down to Pamarupa, then to Jigten Sumgun. And so then from there, Jigten Sumgun, like Pamarupa, like Gampopa, we say, has blended these three together. So we have to think here in this case, Kyopa Jigten Sumgun carries these three lineages here. And that, the union of these three is what we call the golden garland of the ultimate lineage. The golden garland of the ultimate lineage is referring to Jigten Sumgun and his successors. And down to, you have to include you, yourself. It's now part of this lineage, so to say. And you say, oh, am I part of this lineage? Well, when you're doing this practice, you are. Again, belonging to the lineage has, again, nothing to do with, oh, am I Buddhist? Am I not Buddhist? Should I tell people I'm Buddhist? Should I tell people I'm Drigong? Should I tell people I'm Gagyu? These are, political stuff. These are sectarian stuff. This is all labels. On the other hand, you could go around, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, but then you don't do any of the practices, right? Then you're nothing. You can tattoo yourself, Drigongpa, or even up here, if you don't do the practice, then you're nothing, Then if you're doing the practice, then it's too late to say, oh, I'm not Tibetan Buddhism, or I'm not Gagyu, or I'm not Drigong, or I'm not Gelug, I'm not, too late, If you're doing the practice, you like it or not, when you're doing that practice, you are in that lineage, Front, behind, right, left, on the lion throne, seated of lotus moon. So this is the description of it. Then from the three syllables in the three places. And so all the deities, the guru in this field of accumulation in front of you, from the three places, body, speech, mind, Ahong, light goes out to invite the wisdom beings. Wisdom beings then basically mean the actual presence of these deities. Then they come. So this is like during empowerment, they come and they dissolve into. And that will happen in the next section. Here, first, you prepare the field of accumulation. Then you do the light going out to invite. And then in the next part, the deities, wisdom bodies will descend into this samaya body. We call this samaya body, meaning what you have visualized is samaya body or samaya sattva, samaya being. And then the actual deity that descend and dissolve, they are the wisdom bodies or the wisdom beings, jnana sattvas. Rang ni ke chi ki dam lar se we dung ka rin chen tri cho i wong tser Peda ni ten sa we la ma dang yer me gyao cho jik ten sum ki gun Kundo karma sen pe si ji ba le tri dang cho cho go sha ga dang Yedon Drupe Kata Jupen Mar Kadonga Den Wang Shu Gur Kim U Dun Dun Tin Xin Cha Je Do Gyo Shu De La Ta Jo Gom Pe La Ma Dan Chi Dre Dun Gyu Ser Gi Chen Wei Ko Dun Gyab Ye Yong Sen Tri Pe De Den Idam la so chok sum cho sum che chen pung ta che ne sum yi ge le o cho rang de ye she che rang The next sections, we're just going to continue by chanting in Tibetan. So the explanation, the more detailed explanation, I will do it over the next few Gurupuja section, so that we will have some time today to look at the Gongchik material as well. Toju seanga kya wang kyo pa je chuk sum sa sum kya chol ko rang je ngom mun dam je tu yi ge jing la dro la je se ne se shu ko dong e tri dang zo gen kun pen den tok sang ge pe gar ge tem par shu Samye yon ten pung po dani la shing tu dra nyam luki cha ge o badra samaja bema kamala yestam ati bu ho prade cha ho. Kam kya joy joy yon shab zil dang ju ke du pe chen thang mar me chen re jo she she nen ya ro mo je nam ke kang ko kang te ta ge bum guru buddha rena sabare vara Argam Padyam Pushpam Dhupam Aloke Gende Nivede Shabda Pradeja Soho. Iwondu be yonde nambanga gyabusila operin jinjin Tashi tadang se ge la so ba da lo lang te gyawa nam la bu. Tong sun che chi no sim hen da la re la len ten len ten chun pu tam na su do yung du mi ni se pa bu gi she la ngu du du zu du zum de je gun du la ma la go zum ram gu dang we zhe she xing qi nang sang zum ju twin ga zu ju duk sum gi ge dik tong so so sha sang sum ze be po la je yi rang tek sum ju gi kor lo kor wa dang Durje sumgi ngobor so she so kor so nam da ge cho gya cho gun gu sum go pang la me to je go kyam ki cho gyur la ma je rab jam cho du gya wa ji zu yon ten gya zo rang xing ye ne yang ki yen la bum ki to jak se. Om Namo Guru Benza De Lokya Nadarana Shri Mola Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Om Namo Guru Benza De Lokya Nadarana Shri Mola Guru Mahamudra Sindhi Pala Om Namo Guru Benza De Lokya Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Benza De Lokya Dharana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Sindhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhaja De Lokya Nadarana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Sindhi Pala Om Namo Guru Bhaja De Lokya Nadarana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Benza De Lokya Nadarana Shri Mula Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om Namo Guru Benza De Umana Maguru Bazilika de Logana, Umana Maguru Bazilika de Logana, Maguru Mahmud de Long, Mana Maguru Bazilika de Logana, Umana Maguru Bazilika de Logana, Maguru Mahmud de Long, Mana Maguru Bazilika de Logana, Umana Maguru Bazilika de Logana, Maguru Mahmud de Long, Umana Maguru Bazilika de Logana, Maguru Mahmud de Long, Umana Maguru Bazilika de Logana, Maguru Om Guru Mahamudra Siddhi Pala Om. Chöchü düsüm gyāvā tam jegi gusung tuki ngō jin la pe sāsum rōve gyab gun rana shri yab se gyu parache la so waden gyulu tu gu tong parajin ji lo sok so long gu tong parajin ji lo Semni choku tong prajin ji lo se chik sang ye tong prajin ji lo se she so sa ta be koro martin la me chil din tu ka de wani karma ting sur o jo dani ki ne shir tempe jim shirin tak jing Wang Shi Lek Tum Ku Shi Sa Bun Chun Tar Ni Lama O Pung Rang Xin Du Gyu Ne Rang Tin La Me Sang Sum Dang Rang Ki Go Su Nyam Pa Chen Po Gyu. Di tar pe den la ma le gom shin cho to so dem gi pe ge zo gi kang sun kor wa ne pe du gun ji kor de yong ki la ma tum chi mo dong a tek pe shing ta nam sum she jin chen la ma kyu pe chok nam ki 상숨 연텐 구이기 구군 착젠 종어 르베 저시쇼 So we take a very short break, 5-7 minutes stretch, and then we will start